why there is so much anger in the land. We saw a lot of it right in the middle of the country, among the people who've endured the recession longer than anyone. What surprised you the most about this recession?
I think the depth of it and the length of it. I think what surprised me the most about this one is it just doesn't want to end.
You know, the economists say that the recession's over.
Really? You should come to Newton, Iowa.
Dave McNear's advertising company is like a lot of small businesses. It's getting smaller. Maxim Advertising in Newton, Iowa puts its customers' logos on nearly anything, and business had only grown for 22 years until 2007. And what was all of this?
This was filled Maytag.
Maytag invented its washing machine in Newton 103 years ago. 5,000 people worked for Maytag here, but Newton lost all of those jobs. Maytag was bought out, and by 2007, the factory was closed. Many of the jobs went to Mexico. No one knew it then, but these were the opening days of the Great Recession. Now, layoffs that started with corporations are cascading into mom and pop shops. How many employees did you have at the top?
22.
And today?
10.
Do you remember the first person you had to lay off?
One of the very hardest days of my life. My wife and I stayed up all night long. We talked, we prayed, we struggled. And you know what, man? That's a gut-wrenching feeling. You hate it. I hate it, and I never wanted to have to do it again.
I wonder, when you look forward now, what you think about rehiring people.
When we hire somebody, we're definitely going to need them. I mean, we're going to hire one person until we need 2 or 3. And we're probably not going to hire 2 until we need 4 or 5.
And that's why the recovery is lifeless. Big and small, businesses have settled into doing more with fewer people.
You ask people to step it up and you know, work harder, work longer, make less.
Is it sort of a new normal?
I think for now it is.
Take a quick look around Newton. Gary Forbes laid off half of his 60 employees, closed 2 locations, and switched from selling top-quality furniture to scratched and dented. Website designer Cindy Bruner laid off 6 of her 14 employees. This was the Chrysler dealer, the Chevy dealer, the Tractor Supply Company. Since the recession, we've seen a lot of troubled towns in the country, but nothing that looks quite as broken as Newton. Even the local chapter of the Optimist Club has closed.
You know, I want to tell everybody we're a company town. We're the company left, but we're going to thrive.
Chaz Allen is the mayor of this town of 15,000 people. It's a part-time job, pays about $4,000 a year. Allen walked us through an abandoned Maytag plant that, at its peak, held 2,500 factory workers building washers and dryers. If anyone out there is interested, the mayor has more than 1.7 million square feet to rent.
It is available. It is available. We'll make a good deal.
The mayor's been trying to pull new jobs into town. He made a run at Green Energy and got a company that makes wind turbine blades. But every time he gets a few hundred jobs, he seems to lose a few hundred. This fall, a telecom company called Windstream had 2 layoffs.
It was 60 and then it was 146 the next time.
How does that affect people around here?
Yeah, it's a roller coaster. I want to say that, I mean, I was affected in the first layoff. I was one at Windstream that was affected the first round.
Well, wait a minute.
Yeah.
They laid off the mayor?
Yeah.
Are you working now?
No.
His town is shrinking. This year they closed an elementary school, and they're slashing the city budget. Have you already lost policemen?
Yes.
Firemen?
Yes.
What about the hospital in town?
It's being reduced in size as well.
And that is the backdrop for Tuesday's election. In our national poll, we asked, what's the most important issue in America? 54% said jobs. Healthcare came in second at 7%. Only 1% said the war. Newton's congressional district is bipartisan country. It voted for George Bush in 2004 and then for President Obama.
Hi, how you doing?
But now Democratic Congressman Leonard Boswell is fighting for his job. He's been reelected here 6 times, but this week His race against Republican Brad Zahn is too close to call.
My wife and I watched the news last night, and I think every ad was a political ad.
Who do you trust? With your money, with your future? It's not Brad Zahn.
Leonard Boswell, too wrong for too long.
Incredibly, Bruce Braley supports putting a mosque at Ground Zero.
How much relevance does all of that have to you?
Nothing. Doesn't have a bit of relevance to me.
We invited some of the folks in town to the Legion Hall. How many of you would say that you're angry about politics right now?
Yes.
Oh, that got a big yes.
I'm sick and tired of people going to Congress in Washington, D.C. and making a living out of it while we starve to death.
Does it matter much to anyone in here whether the Republicans or the Democrats control the House, for example? Doesn't matter?
If a Republican says it, the Democrats don't listen. If the Democrats say it, the Republicans don't care what they're saying. What gets done in Washington?